You're about to hit publish in Copilot Studio, and then you see this warning. This agent uses connection references with elevated permissions. Now you're thinking, is this a security risk? Should I stop? Do I need to change the connection references? If you have paused here before, you're not alone. And here's the good news. This message isn't a blocker. It is a governance signal. Let's start with the basics. Connections are how your Copilot talks to the outside world. They're used for knowledge sources, tools and connectors, and Power Automate flows, and etc. Anytime your Copilot reads data or runs an action, it is using a connection. Here's a critical distinction a lot of people miss. Knowledge sources always use the maker's credentials. There is no end user option. When your Copilot queries a knowledge source, the end user never authenticates. For example, with Azure AI Search, the connection runs entirely under the identity that you have configured. Access is controlled by that connection. This behavior is intentional, and this is where teams get caught off guard. If you add a SharePoint list or document library as a knowledge source, Copilot does not check the end user's SharePoint permissions. Even if the user cannot open the document, Copilot can still return information from it. Why? Because knowledge sources run under the maker's managed connection. Whatever that connection can see, your Copilot can see. This is why knowledge sources are a security boundary. However, tools and connectors work differently. When your Copilot runs a tool or flow, you get to choose how it runs. You can run as the end user or a service account using a connection reference. That choice affects security, user experience, audits, and compliance. This is a design decision, not a technical detail. So why does Copilot Studio show that warning before publishing? Because connection references means your Copilot runs under a predefined identity. The platform isn't saying this is unsafe. It is saying be intentional about which identity you are using. And in enterprise scenarios, this is exactly what you want. This also affects auditing. In Microsoft peer review, what gets logged is the authenticated account hitting that endpoint. So if your Copilot uses a service account, that service account shows up in the logs, not the end user chatting with the Copilot. This is why service accounts must use least privileged, be clearly documented, have clear ownership. Now, there are times you must use the end user's connection. If you need to log that a specific user updated or deleted an item, you must run the action using the end user's connection. That way, the action runs as the user. Audit logs show who did it. Compliant teams have accountability. Service accounts are great for knowledge retrieval, read-only access, or background processes or automation. But they are not the right choice when a user-level attribution matters. So when you see that warning, should I publish? Yes. If you understand the identity being used, permissions follow least privileged, this is a production or enterprise Copilot, it's a no. If you don't know who owns the connection, permissions haven't been reviewed, and you actually need end user attribution. The warning isn't the problem. Lack of governance is. Copilot Studio is powerful, and power always comes with responsibility. If you want more real-life guidance on Copilot governance, knowledge grounding, enterprise deployment patterns, follow me here and subscribe on YouTube. Because low code does not mean low responsibility.